Post Taylor for three. Taylor takes it. Here's Taylor. Is in possession.
I have so many good memories. I think a lot of my best memories aren't necessarily big wins or, you know, getting accolades or getting accomplishments. I think it's the small things that would happen in practices or things like that. One memory that I have that's very strong is one day during summer we were coming to morning weights and Dave showed up with 2 different slippers and he never heard the end of that. And so I have memories, I mean, yeah, my freshman year, my first game was against Texas. I was the only freshman playing and we won, beat them in 4, first time ever. That was a great memory. Or beating Penn State, first time in program history, in 3 sets, we swept them. Those are really great memories, but it's the little ones that I have, I think, that might not mean a lot, but mean a lot to me, that are kind of more my favorite, that I remember most. I think it's very bittersweet because I feel very privileged to have had him stick it out through the very end with me and with Taylor Higgins and with Annie Mitchum and all the seniors that we had that year. That's a great privilege and that's something that we hold very dear, but I also knew how hard it was for him, how taxing that last season must have been due to his condition and due to the season. So I think it's very bittersweet. It's a huge honor, but I also know how hard it must have been for Dave. I think I had to adapt it sounds cliche, but I had to adapt a very strong sense of always seeing my glass half full. If I became more easily to think of the downside rather than thinking of my glass half full first, if I was not an optimist, my injuries would have been a lot harder. Instead of saying, oh man, I have to miss, you know, I have to miss preseason. I think my junior year was the only year that I actually participated in summer camp in our preseason due to injury. I think if I would have focused on that rather than focusing on, okay, I get to support my team through this time or I get to heal and be okay, I would have had a lot harder of a time with it. That's really what got me through, was being really optimistic. To be honest, I always thought that in the season, I was like, oh, indoor volleyball is my favorite. And then I'd go to beach season and I was like, oh, beach volleyball is my favorite. I think I like both for separate reasons. That's always kind of been my safe answer because indoor volleyball requires something different of me than beach volleyball does. Beach volleyball, it's a lot more about my own skill and honing that so I can better help my teammate, my partner. Whereas indoor, it's more about, or for me, it was more about how I can help all the other 5 to 12 girls be better themselves. So it wasn't necessarily thinking about how I can get better for indoor. That's very much how it was for beach. For indoor, it was a lot more about how I can help the other girls succeed along with myself. So they definitely require 2 different things. I don't really have a favorite, to be honest. Yeah. So communicology is basically the communications department and the psychology department meshed together and made a sister major. So it's more of why people say the things they do about interpersonal relationships, how to talk to different types of people in different settings, and really working on the psychological theories of people, but also focus on how to become a better communicator yourself. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, very fun major. I think anytime that I can be an advocate for something or even share my own story, whether that is my faith or whether that is how I was in school or how I was in volleyball, anytime that I get to share something about myself, I really enjoy. I enjoy speaking to large groups of people. I enjoy speaking to small groups or even just one person individually. I feel like a lot of people can see someone and not necessarily know who they are what they're about. And I feel like the only way that we can learn the most is by going up and talking to them, asking them things, having communication and conversation with them. And so that's why I think I enjoy it so much in all different levels. So I'm not playing volleyball anymore, very bittersweet, but I'm actually going back to school. I'm getting my real estate license, so I'm going to become a realtor here in Oahu. I have a couple months to finish that. I'm starting at the end of this month, so it's very exciting, new opportunity for me. So that's pretty much where my life is kind of leading me right now, and very, very excited about it. When you wear that jersey, it seems so cliche, but you really represent a legacy. You represent a winning community, you represent a community that has such a strong love and commitment to the volleyball team. You will never go to a different gym, to a different sports arena and have different fans, better fans. There are no better fans. So that's definitely something that's very huge, and it was something that made me so proud. I was from Oahu. It made me so proud to be able to support the team, support the state, and really be, be a product of my own